lot of us put so much time into researching about equipment, finding out what blade, what rubber is best suited to us, but is it really that important? Unfortunately, the answer is not that straightforward. For example, if you give the world's best player, Ma Long, a plastic racket, will it be anywhere near his normal level? No. So in that sort of extreme case, it matters a lot. You need to be able to produce a certain level of spin and speed at a certain point. There is a minimum amount of spin and speed you need to be able to produce from your equipment at a certain level. However, if you go beyond a point, it begins to matter less and less. The difference between having a 𝗕𝗏𝗃𝗏 or a 𝗕𝗏𝗃𝗏 is not going to be the difference between you being a world-class player and you not being a world-class player. I would go as far as to say that after you have a budget of $100 to $120, equipment only becomes roughly 5% of your skill and ability. Below the $100 mark, equipment could matter a lot more because your equipment could be the thing that's stopping you from producing as much quality as you could be. If there's not enough pace or grip on your racket, then what are you going to do? You can't play at that same high level as you would be with a high level racket. Once you go beyond a certain quality of racket though, I feel like technique and training is 95% of the equation. I'm only making this video because the people I coach seem to have this twisted idea that equipment is the thing that's going to fix all their table tennis problems. When you go beyond a certain budget, you can be a great player with any racket, as long as you don't switch from an inverted rubber to a short pimple. Anything so drastic will hinder your performance. Good players can switch between any decent racket and play well. The only problem is the 3 to 4 week adaptation phase where you take time to get used to your new equipment. But once that period is over, you play nearly at the same level you did with your previous racket. For example, when I switched from Xiom Vega Pro to DHS Hurricane 3 on my forehand maybe a year ago, it did take me about a month to sort of adapt to the rubber and get back to that level that I used to be with the Xiom. But once that 1 month period was gone, I was pretty much back at the same level. However, if I was to switch from my Xiom Vega Pro and switch completely to a pre-made racket, I would have a lot less grip, a lot less pace, and that would make me a worse player because I lack the quality. That's why I'm giving you the sort of $100 to $120 range. Once you go above that, then it starts to matter less and less. Don't be like younger me. Don't think of equipment as a quick fix to all your table tennis problems. You need to go and focus on your technique and your tactics and work on those in training. It's very, very easy to blame your equipment for you missing shots, but I know it's not what you wanted to hear, but I feel like this is the thing that the community needs to hear. I've talked to people at my level, above my level, and pretty much all of them agree with me on the fact that a lot of people care about equipment way too much when they should be focusing on their training and technique. The blade and the rubber is not nearly as important as people make it out to be. That is if you want to focus on improving as fast as you can. But if you're just here to enjoy the game, test new rubbers, see what's going on in the table tennis marketplace with all this new equipment, then go ahead and do that. We all love table tennis, and whatever you want to do in this sport is down to you. And if you enjoy it, 100% go for it. I like to do that myself now, but if you are in a period where you want to improve, like I once was, try not to switch rubbers too often. There was a period where I used to switch rubbers nearly every month, and that really slowed down my progress because remember the 3 to 4 week, 1 month period that we talk about that it takes to adapt to a new rubber? The problem is that you can't improve in that period. So just imagine how stagnant and how slow my improvement was during that time. My mind and my body were focused on adapting my technique to the new rubber, not actually building and improving the technique that I already have. So the disappointing moral of the story is that the equipment you're using doesn't matter all that much as long as you're not using a pre-made racket with no grip.